Susanna Bryson. This is my math toolbox. First, we have highlighters and colored pencils. This is a great way to get children involved in what important words, formulas, etc., and get them excited about writing it down and knowing that it's important for them to learn. Next, we have Skittles. Skittles is a great way to involve the children while you're waiting in the hallway. You can do color words, spelling, or what color it is. You can also do counting and then allow the students to eat the Skittles. Next, we have an eraser. I think it's important for children to know that it's okay to make mistakes and to be able to erase their mistake and try again, and that it's okay. Next, we have dice. Dice can be used for several things, but one way I like to use dice is to roll it, and this can be done in the hallway, and we have a number 6. And so you can use this number 6 and say, somebody give me a number 2 more than 6 or 1 less than 6. And it's a great way they're able to show the number on their fingers, so it keeps them quiet. Next, we have string, and string can be used in various ways. It can be used for measuring how tall something is. It can be used for counting. You can cut it in strips. It's a great way to teach in whole group and then allow them to use it in their centers. Next, we have buttons. Buttons is something that I've typically seen in just about every math center with manipulatives. It can be used for sorting by color, shape, size, and also for counting. Next, we have counters. This isn't a traditional counter, but counters are usually 2-colored. One's yellow. This is purple, but usually they're pink or yellow and red. And counters can be used for showing a group, how to make a group, like 6 having 3 yellows and 3 purples. That is a great tool, manipulative, for whole group lesson. Next, we have number magnets. Number magnets is also a great center activity. For younger ones, they can put the numbers in order and then show that number with objects by perhaps using buttons, putting 2 buttons under the number 2. Or for the older ones, they can make math sentences like 2 times 7 and you have to write down the answer. Another great manipulative is Play-Doh. Play-Doh can be used in many different ways. In my classroom, we use Play-Doh. In a kindergarten classroom, we use Play-Doh to make numbers. And then once they make their number, like number 7, they then roll 7 balls and put 7 underneath to make that comparison. They've also made number words with Play-Doh. Great center activity. Next, we have counters. You can use the traditional cube counters, or you can also use the big Legos. And counters can also be used for measuring or for counting. It can be used for several different activities. Great center activity as well. Next, we have whiteboard, and this is a great activity, hallway activity or center activity. But hallway activity, you can simply carry this, and when you're waiting in line or waiting in the hallway, you can just simply write a number, and the kids have to show you that number on their fingers. And that's a quick assessment to let you know who understands numbers and also keeps them engaged and involved while waiting. For the older kids, you can just simply do a addition math problem or subtraction math problem, and then they show you the answer on their fingers. Next, we have file folder games. And file folder games is a great way to create centers for your math centers. And this one particularly is honey bears, greater than and less than. And all it is just cut out bears with the numbers on it, and then it has cutouts that have the greater than and less than symbols on them. And the kids just place those symbols in between the bears. It's a great, cheap way to engage the children in your centers. Next, we have another activity that's great for centers. And this is you simply pick a picture, and then you pick the math sentence that goes with this picture. Another great activity to be done in pairs or individually or in a guided group for centers, math centers. Next, we have a real-life practical application tool, and this is a scale. Children are actually able to place things on the scale and tangibly hold the object and see how much it weighs. Great for whole group or center activities. And last, we have a book. What better way to be prepared than to always have a book on hand, whether you're waiting in line or waiting and you only have 5 minutes before your next activity. This book is 5 Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed, and with this book you can point out number words, you can sing the song, you can have the kids count with you, you can use the pictures to count, and it allows for interactive learning. I'm Susanna Bryson. This is my Math Toolbox.